Maybe. Whoa, hey, how's everybody doing today? Welcome to the live, TikTok live. How's everybody doing today? Be a master manifestor. Whoa, how's everybody doing? Mhm. Hello, everybody. How are you guys doing today? Hopefully, everybody's doing good. Filters and everyone. Hopefully, what's going on? It's all about your energy, protecting your energy, or being a master manifester. Being a master manifester really comes down to the habits of our subconscious mind. I think that is one of the forefront in creating is our mastering the unconscious and making it conscious. Hey from San Diego. I wonder, how do we master the unconscious to make it conscious, right? Because that's what you want to do. You want to get that subconscious to create what you call automatic or self-reliant manifestation. Hello guys, how are you guys doing? Hopefully everybody's doing great. Hello from San Diego. Everyone's from different parts here, which is really, really good. There's something that I was thinking about, and what I was thinking about is how do we view ourselves as far as deserving of the things we want or desire. I know we throw around the word deserving so much, but I wonder how many people understand or realize what it means to be deserving of something. We think of deserving. I think we look at it more from a linear level, like a conscious construct. But I think it goes deeper than that. I think when someone says, "Oh, I deserve this, I deserve that," we have to move from surface to subsurface. Hi in Romania. Yep. Someone says, true, we have to change the concept. Yeah, the self concept is important to change, but the thing is, I think a lot of the work we do, we operate from a surface level, from a understanding, right? You know that because I guess that's how we're taught, that's how we're programmed. We see things from surface level. We don't really learn the deeper aspect of ourselves, of the spirit, who we are. Some people don't understand that the spirit and the body is two different things. They're not the same, man. The body is autonomous. It's a program. It has nerves, impulses. It's like a computer. And within the body, you have the subconscious, which is the CPU, or central processing unit of the body. And then the subconscious interacts with the brain, the processor as well, puts out information. And then we separate that to the spirit. And the spirit now, the thing about the spirit, people think the spirit only resides in the body. But your spirit don't only reside in the body, man. Your spirit can reside in a dimension all around you. It can leave your body. It can go places. It can come back. Because it's a spirit. It's a non-physical thing. That's the thing about spirit. When you know your spirit, you understand that. And that's important to understand. Some people don't, oh man, that's cool, man. I love that cowboy hat right there. Astro, someone says, who's this? Zach? Astral projection is kind of the spirit leaving it. But it's really true that the spirit is a separate entity from the body, man. Someone asked, how can we recognize the ego, words, and the truth? I'm glad you brought that up because that's where I was going next. The ego part. Now, the ego resides in the conscious mind. The ego resides in your logical mind. The thing about the ego is, the ego is very strong. I believe, for me personally, that my ego was my biggest struggle, because I didn't realize how strong of an ego I had until I was put to the test. Yeah, the ego messes everyone, because the thing about your ego, number one, your ego don't like to lose. The ego also don't like to take blame. It likes to put the fault on someone else. And the ego is very, what's the word here? Kind of the best word I want to put for you. The ego is not spiritual, it's more physical. It's like a lust. It's like infatuation. The spirit is like love, enlightenment. So your ego will succumb to these materialistic influences. You know what I mean? Flesh, exactly. The ego is flesh. Ego can control your spirit if you let it. I think the ego can influence the spirit, but the spirit, I believe, remember, it's transparent, so it has all knowledge, understanding. So it can override the ego, but again, it takes clear focus to understand it, because we process information with our ego. Even, the thing about your brain is, people don't understand this. Your eyes are actually part of your brain. When the brain was evolving, and it started spreading, that's how you got your eyes. Part of it popped out and became your eyes. So people say, well, my eyes, no, your eyes are part of the brain. Your eyes are connected. The brain, it sees everything you see is like a brain. Yeah, people don't know that. So when you say you have brain protruding out your eyes, think about that. That's how we perceive our world, right? We perceive our world with our eyes a lot. Our senses, our eyes. So it just shows you that, stuff you don't know about how all of this works, right? But the power of the subconscious or the unconscious is very powerful. Keon says that's why visualization is so important. Yeah. So next time you're looking around, just remember you're seeing with your brain, even though they're your eyes. But if you look at it, when the brain was developing, it didn't have enough space, so part of it popped out of your skull, which became your eyes. But it's all the brain. That's why most information you see, you get censored. Remember, guys, that your eyes go into what's called a visionary cortex, light sensitive cells, yeah, and it goes embedded in the back of your skull. If you think about it, in the skull there is no light. Your skull is your visionary cortex is encapsulated in a skull, man. I've never seen the day of light before. Yet we see light. Someone says, but my ego is smarter than me. It disguises it as me, so I can't recognize it. Well, your ego is not smarter than you. It just acts like that. The thing about the ego is, here's something that very powerful too. It's like there's two things. You're the observer of the observed. So your ego is aware, but there's another part of you that's beyond that, that's aware of being aware. I call it the authentic self, the higher self. That's when you can look around and you can approach everything from a non-attachment point of way. Like, listen, I'm gonna tell you this. Excuse me. Look, if you want results in your life, if you want to make the universe work, if you want to make the law of attraction work, if you want to make spiritual stuff work, the easiest way for you to get things into your life is to don't care about how or when it's going to come in. It's just to be detached. The less you care, the more you attract. The more you care, the less you attract. Now, don't get me wrong now. When I say care, don't care, I'm not saying just be blatantly uncaring. That's what I mean. Don't care means I'm not attached to any particular outcome. Is that the law of assumption? I don't know. Maybe it is. People call it the law of assumption. You're assuming. I like to call this the flow. I like to call this the flow state. This state, I like to look at it as the knowing state, where where you can just recognize and know that you're gonna have it, be it, or experience it. And you don't. That's the thing about when you don't care or you have this flow state. The beauty of the flow state is I never have to entertain. How am I going to get what I want? It never has to make sense to me. That's the problem I think we do. We try to make sense of the things we want in our lives to come to us. We try to make physical sense. We're like, man, how am I going to get this? Is it going to come this way? And I think that's where we mess up the process, because we get in our own way. See what I mean? When we get in our own way, we stop our creative energy. So when we just let things be and just let it work out, let it flow, and then watch it behind the scenes now, I think that's where we'll get most results, lasting fulfillment, and even more happiness or anything of that sort. Because you don't set up any resistance, you don't set up any doubt, you don't set up any mind chatter. You know what I'm saying? And remember, guys, it doesn't have to make sense on how you're going to get what you want. The only thing going to have to make sense is to know what you want. That's it. Just know what you want, and then expect it. But we play this game. Someone says logical thinking help. We have to have faith. Yeah, we play this game with the mind, and we let the mind keep us hostage. The thing about the mind is we let it debilitate us by putting so much mind chatter and crazy thinking. The thing about your mind, it'll go on every angle to disprove you or to get you to buy into what it wants. It'll take every angle. It'll go to the word. It'll say, well, you didn't get it because you do this, you do that. If you have success, your mind will come in and say, well, it's not really success. It was bound to happen. Such as you see, your mind don't want to give you credit for anything. Your mind wants to just antagonize you, right? And the question is, why does, that's what I used to think about. It's like, why does my mind always, why is my mind never on my side? Why? I'm sure people, you guys have asked her one day, like, man, I have this mind, man. Why isn't it on my side? Why can't I get up every day and just be more optimistic and positive? Well, here's the answer to it. It's about the brain. See, guys, the way your brain is designed was for survival and our safety. The brain has primary job: survival and reproduction. That's it. Safety and reproduction. That's what the brain, all the neurons, all the stuff in your brain, that's what they want. Survival and reproduction. Happiness doesn't exist in the brain. The brain doesn't want you. The brain don't care about happiness. That's not what it was evolved to do. Happiness is something that inborn in us, Happiness is something we have to choose. Your brain, in other words, happiness is something you have to work at. You have to expect. You have to just get into it, because your brain isn't programmed to make you just get up and happy. And look, and that's just, it's okay every day when you get up and you're not feeling happy or you're feeling down. That just means you're a normal human being. Nobody can ever be 100% happy or positive. It just doesn't work. As a matter of fact, if you become that, you're going to create resistance, because it's just not logically or humanly possible. There's no way you can do it. I can't do it. So if you see someone every day and like, oh, this person's so happy, they're always happy, it's fine. But the thing is, people try to spread this thing like, oh, you have to be happy every day to manifest. You can't be sad or you're going to mess up. You're human, man. If you're sad, you're sad. You're happy, you're happy. The important thing is this: you cannot let your feelings interfere with your rituals or habits. That's the power of habits. You see, habits are so powerful that they override feelings. And that's why the subconscious is so powerful, because it can create a habit despite the feelings you have, and you'll still run the show. So you really want to develop a habit, because the feelings, they are good, they're indications, but they can also hold us back because we get caught up into our feelings. But once you have a routine or a habit, it becomes so easy because you're detached from your feelings. I always say too, if the more you can become detached from the feelings of wanting to, like, whatever, maybe win the lottery or man, whatever, the more you're gonna get it. The more you become detached from what you want, the more you get it. The more you don't care about what you want, the more you're gonna get it. The more you make what you want come down to your size, the more. Look, all of you experienced this before. How many of you wanted something and then you got tired and bored and you like, screw this, and you forget about it? Voila. And all of a sudden you manifest it. Do you think that's a coincidence? No. How do you manifest lottery winnings? There's two ways to manifest lottery winnings. Decide you want to win the lottery. That's called the intention. And then put the work in it. It's called visualization. Those are two things I use to win a lottery. With visualizing, heavy visualization. I visualize every day for months. But remember now, I also love to visualize because it makes me feel good and it gets me into the mindset of what I want. So, I mean, with anything in life, I would always recommend visualizing. The art of becoming a great visual artist. You're working on speaking your habits and your words. Yeah, and remember, guys, your words are affirmations. The words I'm speaking to you right now are affirmation to my subconscious. Here's the thing. In this moment, every word I say is an affirmation. Think about that. You know what affirmation is? To say something that is true now, subconsciously. That's an affirmation. Every single word. Happy, sad, money, don't like, I'm not good enough, not good. Is every single word is an affirmation. Your subconscious accepts that as a true statement. We gotta remember that. We gotta be careful of what we say to ourselves out loud. That's the point. The next one is we don't actually create anything. What we do is we line up vibrationally to unhide what was hidden from us from our line of sight. Let me repeat that again. You don't actually create anything. You don't need to create anything because number one law of thermodynamics and quantum mechanics, nothing can ever be created or destroyed. It's there somewhere. So what we do, we move our vibration to that point. That's how it works. So you guys see how that works? And so, So you don't create anything, you line up to match it. Sandy, got so much stress I manifest the wrong things. Positive energy and best wishes is achieving your goal. Who's this? Al Daly. Hi Mark, love you lots. Been following you a long time. Jerry, yup. What's up? Awesome. I'm working on controlling my reactions and thoughts and situations. So what? We create resistance when wanting something badly? Yeah, guys. Look, man. Let me show you how it works. All right. Okay, when you want something, you're saying you don't have it, right? That's what your mind says. Because if you had it, you wouldn't want it, correct? So let's say I want a new car. The only reason I want a new car is because I don't have the car. I say, well, that's what we talk about as human beings. But check this out. The universe don't talk like how we talk. See, the universe works in quantum physics. It works with particles of energy. So as far as the universe says, it says that, hey man, you already have the car, you already have all the money, but it's just in a different state of matter. We know what matter is, right? Matter is what we call physical stuff. You have water. Like water could be different states: liquid, solid, gas, but it's still water. You could freeze it, you could boil it, and you can drink it, but it's the same water, but it's a different state. That's how stuff work in the universe. So the universe says that you got all this stuff in a different state. So it don't care when you say I want it. So it says I can't give you what you already have. Therefore, it's going to give you resistance. That's the secret to how this stuff work, man. You gotta get that understanding, because if you don't do it, you're gonna keep repeating the same pattern, man. Want to manifest a home, to own, rent a room? Does that make sense? Yeah. Why do numbers always come out when I don't play them? Yeah, because that's how it happens all the time. You gotta have patience. If you don't have patience, it's gonna be difficult, you know. So it's a very but look guys, that's important. Mark Haughton, have you seen the videos where people talk to trees as they move? I haven't, but I know it's possible. Um, yeah, man. So just remember that, guys. Don't want or need, man. Just allow. That's how it's work. So I always remember that. I always understand that. Okay, everything whatever I want is already here, so I don't have to like try to get it. I just have to just match up vibrationally to get that stuff. When you can match that, boom, done deal. You can't match it, you're gonna meet a lot of resistance. 1111 means your thoughts are aligned, things are working in your favor. It means that the universe is called, that's called synchronicity, but it's really saying that you're in alignment and things are going good. It's also saying that be careful of your thoughts, because they could be one way or the other way. Understanding is the most thing, man. Understanding and overstanding. Don't, you never want to understand stuff. You want to overstand stuff, and you want to understand stuff. Understanding stuff is surface level. Overstanding stuff is high consciousness level. Understanding stuff is the true, it's the true spirit stuff, you know? That's how it works, guys. So look, those are just some simple rules of how like to create stuff, right? Remember now, rule number one is don't go surface level, go below surface level, go unconscious level. Number two is you don't create anything, you match vibrationally with the harmony to receive everything, okay? Number three is you don't want or need, you can't create, everything's already created for you, it's there. Fourth thing is your eyes can't see everything, because some of the stuff is hidden because we just can't comprehend the different electromagnetic waves. So once you understand that, then you become a lot easier to create and manifest stuff. Hopefully that makes sense. Those are just some tips, man, that you can use right now to just change the game. And then you can just boom, 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 create more, and then voila. All right, guys, just want to do a short video. Catch you guys next time.